Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Plant-Based Sweetheart. My name is Mary, and today I have a very fun recipe that I have solutionized. What is solutionized? So I'm taking fun recipes that other YouTubers have made and turned them Starch Solution compliant, and maybe sometimes they'll be Mary's Mini compliant. Not all the time, but sometimes. And in this recipe, it will be compliant for both, but with the exception of if you're doing Mary's Mini, you will have to leave out one item, but it's not gonna make or break it. It's still gonna be delicious. What I'm making for you today is I solutionized Lauren Toyota's pizza recipe. Her Instagram is Hot for Food. She has it on her IGTV, and I saw how she made her delicious kale pizza, and I know kale, and I thought, let me see if I can solutionize this. I played around and I feel like I came up with a pretty good recipe, and I thought, why not share it with you guys? So let's get into what you need for this recipe. So now that you know the ingredients, let's get into the first step. Okay, so the first step is we are gonna massage our kale with some lemon and salt and pepper to taste. And if you are salt-free, then by all means, leave the salt out. And if you don't like pepper, leave that out. It's totally customizable, but you cannot leave the lemon out. That's the only thing you gotta keep in. You don't want a lot of lemon. You just want enough to coat to go around. That's good. Okay, so now that we have the lemon, I'm going to put some salt and a little bit of pepper, and we are going to massage. This is going to help soften the kale, and it's going to kind of wilt a little bit. You're gonna see that it's going to get smaller. And I'm doing this first because you want it to get a little soft, and it needs time to just sit. And if you love kale, you can definitely add a lot more. But for me, this is good. All right, and that is that. We're gonna let this sit, and we will come back to this later on. Okay, step 2, you're gonna wanna have your oven on 400 preheating before you start any of this. I guess I should have said that's step 1, step 2 is the kale. Here I have golden potatoes. I just boiled them, salt and pepper to taste. That's all I'm putting, but if you wanna get creative, there's no wrong way to do this. You can add Mrs. Dash herbs. You can do any of that. It's up to you, but I like to keep it simple. And we are gonna put this in here, and we're gonna shape it like a pizza. So also I wanted to mention this step is totally optional, but I like it because I've done it both ways, skipping this step and with this step. So this step right here I'm doing is I'm gonna shape it, and then I'm going to put it in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes, depending how, it depends on your oven if it's gonna get crispy or not. And then I'm gonna take it out and flip it, and then put the toppings on it and put it back in the oven. That takes a little bit of time, and if you're pressed for time and you don't wanna do that, it's totally fine. You can skip it and just put the toppings on and put it in the oven and let it get crispy. The only reason why I like to do it, the extra step, is because then it holds like a pizza. You can cut it and hold it and it won't fall apart. But if you're not that picky, it's all good. And you can make this pizza as big as you want, as thick as you want. It's however you want it. But just keep in mind, if you are gonna take this step and if you make it super thick, it's gonna take a long time for it to get crispy under there. So just think about that. Another thing is, I just thought about it right now. If you make it too big, it's gonna be really hard to flip over. So I'm gonna stop right here. And if I find that I can't flip it over when I take it out, then I'm just gonna leave it and put the, halfway through, I'm gonna just leave it and put the toppings and put it back in. Because you don't want it to burn from the bottom either. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the oven for 20 minutes. And you wanna keep an eye on it depending on how strong your oven is. You don't want it to burn, you just want it to get crispy at the bottom. Okay, so while the potatoes are in the oven, we are gonna get to our garlic aioli sauce. They might give you a hard time. Maybe you guys are better at this than I am. Put it all in there. Okay, so I have all the garlic in there, and now I'm going to add this mixture and squeeze of the whole. Let's add a little more. Oops. That's enough. We are going to add half a cup of water. And I'm going to blend this up. So if you find that your Vitamix is not blending well, just add a little bit of water at a time, not too much. I don't have my stick to move it around with me today, so I'll have to hope that it will blend nicely. So the water definitely did help. Okay, so it is ready, and look at that, it's creamy. And I just wanted to mention, you don't need a Vitamix if you have, you know, the little bullet, whatever, because for this amount of sauce, you know, it's gonna take you a while to get it creamy because it's such a big blender and it's not a lot of sauce in there, but this tastes so good. And we will put this on top of the potato. Once it's ready, you'll see. Okay, it's 20 minutes and it's looking pretty crusty. So I took it out of the oven and it's a little crispy. I would like it a little more crispy in the middle, but that's okay. So now I'm going to put this plate over it. So before you make it, make sure you have a plate that's the same size, and I'm going to flip it. Okay. And careful not to burn yourself. Alrighty. And now we're going to put it back. Whoops. Okay, so now we're just going to put the toppings and put it back in the oven. Okay, so first we are going to put the garlic aioli sauce. And this is however you want it. You want to put a lot, put a lot. You want to put a little, do what you need to do. Spread it out like you would a real pizza. I'm going a little bit heavy-handed because what happens is the potato kind of sucks it in. I want extra flavor. All right. And next, I'm going to add the barbecue, onions. And I'm just going to use my hands for this part. Ugh. Typically, you're supposed to julienne them really fine, but I'm a shit chef, so this is how they're going to be cut, okay? And if you don't like a lot of onions, then put less. But because they're filled with, you know, the barbecue flavor, it's going to hit the spot. All right, and now we are going to put it back in the oven for another 15 to 20 minutes. You don't want the onions to burn. You just want them looking caramelized. Okay, so the onions are cooked, and now we are going to put the kale on top. And we're going to only cook this for like 2-3 minutes. You don't want the kale to burn. And you can put, once again, as little or as much as kale as you'd like. I'm gonna put this back in the oven for two to 3 minutes. So here we have it, the final product, solutionized potato pizza. It smells so good. I love that the kale is slightly crunchy, but still has a chewy bite to it. So yummy. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want me to solutionize some more fun recipes, please comment below. If you really like this video, please remember to subscribe, hit like, share, and hit that little bell. And I will see you guys next time.